country people, lend me your head holes, and welcome to another episode of UST Unexpectedly Serious Turn, our D&D 5e Twitch stream, yay! Alright, so we don't really have any announcements for this week, so let's get right back into the world of Anna, shall we? Last time we saw our intrepid adventurers, they were, currently dealing with their good friend, Actinia, being arrested, because, you know, that's a great thing to deal with when your cleric gets arrested. In the middle of that cell, though, Actinia did have quite the divine intervention, so to speak, as one of the deva of her god, Eleniel, showed up in her jail cell, giving her a couple of inspiring words, so to speak, and assuring her that she had help if she needed it. Heading back towards the portal works, everyone managed to make it there safe and sound and came up with something akin to a plan. Edwin scampered himself away so that he could go speak with Nara, as was intended. And while that happened, the rest of the group tried to kind of spend some time in Portal Works, really get a lay of the land, and Strix decided to try to get a little bit more reading and investigation done on those journals that they got from Zavin. While doing that, she had a little bit of trouble and had a bit of a meltdown, right exactly as Edwin and Nara were talking about how heroic the party happened to be. But everything ended up working out, and Nara gave Edwin a letter from her arranged fiancé, which Edwin did not really like the fact of. But the letter did essentially give them one get-out-of-jail-free card for at least a little while, although Actinia will be expected to go back and have a trial. Then, the next morning, they woke up. Glib and Edwin went to go get Actinia out of prison, where Strix and Fen decided to head to the ship and make sure that their boat captain was willing to have them, after another attempted reading of these journals. The two of them got mostly safely to the ship, although Fen got himself a little bit seen, and some curiosities happened there. And then the rest of the party managed to show up with the request from the guard master not to cause any more paperwork for her. So that would be approximately where we left off. What would you like to do? You are currently on a ship on the wide open ocean.
Am I still in Dwane's office?
You can be.
I'm going to pull the 5 jugs of ambrosia out of the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to set them on his desk.
Fair enough. You do know that there is a place that has...
Well, yeah, but I'm already talking to him. Right, so these are our gifts to you.
Ooh, honey?
Fey liquor.
I'm sorry, I thought you just said hey liquor.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you
Picks up one
fairy
of the
drunk.
things, pops off the thing with a knife because he wants to look cool, and takes a giant chug of it.
Yeah, Fen appreciates it. He's just like, yep.
And he's dead. He died.
And we have effectively killed Dwane.
This is our boat now.
He hiccups, and some sparks fly out of his mouth.
Oh, that's new.
And he starts to glow slightly, a warm, bright orange.
I would look in a mirror, my friend.
And he kind of just turns, and there is a mirror somewhere. He opens up his dresser, and there's a mirror, and he just kind of like flexes a little bit, and he looks a little bit like his skin is slightly golden tinted now, and he looks a little bit like
you know Hercules after he pulls Meg out of the... He looks a little bit like that. He's just kind of like... You're welcome. Closes the thing and is just like... That's for us?
Only Dwane could take a power move and turn it into a power move of his own.
Mm-hmm. That is for you and the crew. Or yours. I mean, it's your boat, so you do with it what you will, but...
I'm generous. I'll share. For now. And he just, like, takes another giant swig.
And then dies.
And then
Roll for death.
Yeah, he takes another giant swig and he just, like, looks very pleased with himself. He's just like, I feel like I could take on the entire world. This stuff is great.
You know, if Higrosa would let me drink it, I would test that myself. Unfortunately, rules being rules.
Yeah, well, I'll take care of it for you. Actually, why don't you leave this bottle up here with me, and if you wouldn't mind, Ayat down in the galley might enjoy it. Yeah, he's the chef, so to speak.
The chef, I can take that to him, yeah. That's not a problem. Quick question, how familiar are you with the Xades legal system? Just generally.
I mean, I had to get a boat at one point that, needed to be registered with them. I'm not really a legal system kind of guy. I mean, I work within the bounds of the law.
I don't really normally do.
Yeah.
Normally.
I would prefer it on my boat. I'd like to.
Well, I don't. It was only the one incident. Only the one incident with the, the wizard that kidnapped kids. Got a little hard under the collar and he went for his desk. I told you about that.
You did?
Yeah. The reactions being what they were.
I stand by. I understand.
Yeah. But
I mean, I could see how that could get you in trouble. But I understand.
Yeah. So, magic's gonna be a little bit hard to move around a bit until that bit gets settled. So I figured I'd ask the question. So since you operate out of Xades, so that's fine. I'll take these down to Ayat.
Very nice.
And I'll take the 4 jugs of ambrosia and stick them back into the bag of holding and go find Ayat.
Very nice.
Give them to him.
Very nice. You find him down below in the galley itself. He is a rather large Goliath. Amusingly enough, he actually does have hair. He has a rather long set of like flowing golden locks. Yeah, and just kind of, hey, nice to meet you. Are
pleasure.
you the one that's supposed to help me cook?
No, in fact, you really don't want me around the kitchen.
And why are you in my kitchen?
I pull out the bag of the jugs of ambrosia.
Flowing honey?
Fey alcohol. I just had a similar conversation with the captain. And I will hand him... You're welcome to try them. It had a very interesting effect on your captain.
He opens the bottle, sniffs a little bit. Sniffs again. Oh, that stuff's dangerous. I think I smell a little bit of coriander. Some nutmeg. All good flavors.
I mean, I'll take your word for it, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So,
Thanks
for the alcohol that I will probably be slipping into Kezin's drink. Who am I kidding? I don't have to slip it into Kezin's drink. I will definitely be slipping it into Tarn's drink. Tarna's drink. But that'll be funny.
Well, the captain is currently a golden glowing, occasionally burping up sparks right now, but he seemed to like it, so I'm a little jealous, really.
Captain's looking like a demigod right now, is what you're saying.
I'm gonna think back to my experiences in meeting gods.
Implying he doesn't usually.
Yes. Actually. That seems fairly accurate, yeah.
Yeah, that just, he's gonna enjoy that so much. Good thing he's a good dude.
I mean, he's got a whole jug up there to himself.
That's about right.
So, and then I'm gonna go find my party.
Very nice. So yeah. Anyone else doing anything exciting around the docks?
Oh, I was just following Fen around.
But sneakily.
Except for my commentary, you know.
I'm still pouting in the crow's nest.
Oh, so you're right next to Lord, what is her name? Sierra.
Yeah, because I went down and I was going to try and read the book, and then they said it wasn't a good idea because we didn't have a steel box, and I'm pouting in the crow's nest because I still haven't been able to read the damn book.
Go into the bag with it.
So, you don't eat like worms or something, do you? No
What?
offense, I've just never met a bird person before, so.
Bird person.
Now, she's half orc, correct?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm a vegetarian. Do you eat, like, me?
Probably not.
I see
don't
your
think I've eaten
racism.
you.
Match your with racism.
I mean, you're still alive, so clearly I haven't eaten you unless.
Either
You're
that or
into
Strix
that
was
sort of
hitting on
thing.
him.
It's a girl.
Hey,
I
you know,
know.
we're a
It is a
progressive
girl.
party.
We are a progressive party, but no. Strix
I mean,
is
that's
monk.
sweet. I'm sort of taken.
That's not what I meant.
Oh,
But okay.
too bad.
Strix is like, you don't understand. I'm pretty open. No.
I got hit on by a kobold a few
She
days
just looks
ago.
down and winks at you.
I'm confused. I don't eat worms. I
mean, that's
eat
probably a good
vegetables and fruits and nuts and berries.
Oh yeah, vegetables and fruit. What do those taste like?
Well, they're really good if you cook them right. They're even really good fresh if you don't cook them.
Mm.
They're crispy and crunchy and they all taste different. It's really
Like
kind of
bones,
good.
right?
I mean, no.
Oh,
Maybe
Too bad.
I've never had a bone.
I could get you some.
Josh.
No, that's okay. Like I said, I don't eat meat if it comes like I don't eat animals.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't like to eat animals.
That's fair. By the way, I'm screwing with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
you looked kind of, I figured you don't know me yet, so I should probably tell you that. But yeah, I'm messing with you. I know you don't eat worms.
Strix's white feathers literally went 7 shades whiter for a few seconds. They're just.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. You're fine.
I mean, I used to cook meat.
Oh,
I still cook meat for my friends, but I don't eat it.
that's fair.
So what do you do up here?
Well, I look around. I make sure that our behinds are not going to be handed to us. I make sure that the flags on the outside are, not pirates or vicious, bloodthirsty marauders, and I try to make sure we don't get eaten by some sort of strange large beast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a pirate flag with a serpent on it?
I mean, a bunch of them have serpents on them. Depends on which kind of serpent you're talking about. A lot of pirates really like the whole, snake theme.
I hate snakes.
Yeah. Ours had a crab on it.
I mean, crabs are okay. I hate snakes. One tried to eat me when I was a hatchling.
Yeah, that's a bad plan.
It was a really big one too.
Mm.
And okay, so and I pull out a little piece of parchment and I draw a picture of what the serpent pirate flag that we're looking for is, and I show it to her. I'm like,
Have you ever seen this one?
Probably.
Well, it's not a yes or a no.
Yeah,
Okay.
well. But anyone else doing anything exciting? Anything else? Got something they want to do on the pirate or on the merchant ship?
I think Glib's sitting on one of the railings and just kicking his feet and keeping an eye out. Nothing
Fair
too
enough.
crazy.
Fair enough.
I
think
would
as-
probably go and jump down and start cooking it, go into the galley at some point in time and help cook.
Actinia?
I think Actinia is just looking over the railing because this is the first time she's on a boat, so she's just watching the water go by.
Okay. Huh? Let's see.
Change your boat!
Welcome to a boat. Yeah, it's weird. They don't say left or right. They say starboard and port. I don't know which is which.
Why do they use that instead of left and right? I feel like that's more confusing.
Right? I mean, port? I don't get it.
Sorry. So yeah. You guys do see a couple of people walk by you. At one point, Glib, one of a dwarf, a very young-looking dwarf, walks up next to you and is just like, "So you see anything?"
Oh, just water and sky,
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Let me make a perception check real quick. No!
Let's see that perception check.
Yep, that's a 6. Just water and sky, and lucky at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh. You know where we're going. It's pretty well stated that there are whirlpools, jagged rocks, and all sorts of horrific beasts with sharp teeth surrounding the island.
Huh. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not worried. Are you worried?
Nah, it's my favorite terrain.
Rock on, then.
Yeah.
I'm Glib.
Nice to meet you. I'm Zareth. Wait,
Well,
hold
what-
on. Let me double check that I said that incorrectly. Yeah. I'm Zareth.
Well, Zara, nice to meet you. What do you do around here?
Well, my technical title is deckhand, but more accurately, I'm the person that keeps everyone from being stupid.
It's important to have one of those.
It really is.
A lot of people, they'll just go up and be stupid without any provocation. You really gotta rein them in.
Mm-hmm. Captain
Yeah.
adopted me a couple years ago. He said I was great for morale, mostly so that they didn't, throw knives at each other's faces anymore.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of wish we saw that crew a little bit. Although there was a big hole in the boat yesterday, so I assume there's still some creative uses of hands happening.
Oh yeah, they just stopped using knives because they didn't want one to hit me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
You will catch these hands.
Yeah. No, they're still a little stupid. There's only so much I can do.
Right. It's just diminishing returns after a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've been here to this island before?
No, I just like pointy rocks. Sea
Fair enough.
creatures, whirlpools.
The bigger the better.
Exactly.
Having been on a boat exactly twice before for very short distances, I assume longer distances can get a little repetitive, assuming there's not a whirlpool or a giant monster or anything like that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the same thing for like 3 months, and then you feel like you want to poke your eyes out until you see shore again, and you wonder if you're ever going to see anything except the roaring waves, the crashing sound, and the rolling thunder that seems to be a constant accompaniment over the giant open waters that you wonder if there is some sort of giant, ferocious, eldritch monster underneath. You stare into the abyss too long, and it starts to stare back, and you wonder if you're starting to be friends. It's pretty cool.
Hey, and then occasionally you're like, man, I really hope that is a monster because I really want something to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that.
Nice to meet you, Glib. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here. I think I'm gonna see if the mess hall is open and check about getting some victuals.
Sounds like a good plan. Hey, roll me a d6 real quick.
A D6?
Like a D6, what?
Like a d6, like a d6.
A 4!
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
I'm scared, Jim.
Hey,
When
4's pretty
happened.
good. I like 4.
That's pretty good.
It's the highest you can roll on a D4.
True.
It's true.
However, you rolled it on a d6.
Yeah, I'm just on the bright side.
I mean, it's higher than the middle.
It's higher than a 3.
It is higher than, it is above the middle.
It's average on a D8.
It's
True.
above average.
On a d6. Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys have no idea what it means.
Nope.
Not a clue.
I'm scared.
Or you just kind of enjoy your victuals.
Nope. Thank you. I guess I'll see you around.
See ya. And Actinia, while you are walking out, another person walks up, kind of near you, carrying what he is making look like a very heavy crate, and he kind of drops it down next to you. Roll me a perception check for me.
Hold on. There it is.
Hold on to the light.
Ooh. I like that number.
That's a very good number.
It's my favorite number.
It's a good number. Yeah, you pretty much instantly realize that crate that he's pretending is so heavy is empty. And he just kind of like leans on the railing, trying to look suave, and is just like, so, hey, I can't help but notice that you are also on the ship. Nice to meet you. My name is Dread.
Dread?
Mm-hmm. Dread. He is a rather scrawny looking fellow. He's a half elf with short. He has handsome features, very angular and shaped. Short brown, kind of swooshy hair.
Oh, he doesn't have dreads?
No, he does not.
Darn.
Is he wearing a black domino mask?
No, actually, his shirt is a deep red color,
Ah, damn.
and he has black pants. It does look to be vaguely silky, and almost looks like those shirts that Madame Tealwing put Fen in, but not quite so much muscle underneath.
So imagine a male V-neck silky shirt in red.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's in that box?
Oh, just cannonballs.
Need any
Yeah.
help with it?
I wouldn't bother such a beautiful and dainty young woman with something such as this.
Oh no, I got it. I'm gonna bend down and pick it up over my head. Oh, cannonballs, really? Huh. That's strange.
Yeah, those are they're magic cannonballs. They fly extra far because they are endowed with powers. I could get you in good with the captain. He's my best friend. He really likes me. Yeah.
Oh, it's that guy.
Why don't we go talk to the
It's that
captain?
guy.
We should figure out where these cannonballs go.
No, well, I mean, I was just gonna take him down to the gunner. I just wanted to, see what you were. If you needed anything, be a good host of of you as a charming, beautiful adventurer.
Have Edwin and I walked up on this at all?
I know, right? I was like thinking that same thing.
I
Like, just
passed
walking
this
up,
at all?
Have any of us seen?
Y'all want to roll me?
Can I roll initiative to cockblock?
Cindy is doing a great job at that.
If you would like to roll me a perception check, either Edwin or Fen, roll me a D100, and we'll see if any of you.
Go ahead, Fen.
I'll roll the perception check if you want to roll the D100.
Well, no, Strix is doing the perception.
Oh, okay.
You roll the D100.
Wow.
What's the command again?
/ roll and then D100.
/ roll. D100.
I got a 20.
It's really good.
45.
Yeah, you haven't quite noticed yet, unfortunately. But Strix, you got a 20 perception?
Yeah.
So yeah, you do see from the crow's nest while talking to Sierra, some guy with floofy hair trying to hit on your cleric.
So it was really nice talking to you, but I'll be back.
Cool.
And I fly down to where Stinny is. I'm like, hi! And I land on top of the box that she's holding on top. And I kind of bend over and I look at her upside down. I'm like, what you doing?
Oh, and just talking
can
to your new
Owlfolk
friend.
Can Owlfolk do the 360 look thing?
I would think so.
Yeah, probably. It's not a 360 thing. It's actually like a 280. Then one. Yeah, they just. I know too much about owls. Let's just leave it
No,
at that.
that's
But
what I was
yeah,
wondering. Is like if they do
can
the same
look.
thing where they can.
It's the 180, like,
Yeah, I mean they have. I would agree that they have particularly more flexible necks.
Yeah, like they can kind of go completely sideways and
Well, because there's this one, and then there's the where they.
this one
Yeah.
where they look completely behind them.
that
Yeah,
she's
and I
just in
kinda-
the middle of a conversation and is like, my thirst sense is tingling.
And I gotta look at her and I'm like, and then I kind of sit up. I'm like,
Who are you?
Hello. My name is Dread.
Oh, you're the captain's best friend.
Yeah, he told you about me.
No, I heard you say it when we came onto the boat.
Yeah, cause it's true. Yeah. He really he thinks I'm the coolest thing. He invited me on a couple of missions, just him and I. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah. Cindy, what's in the box?
Oh, cannonballs.
Yeah, really magic cannonballs. Yeah. Only I am really equipped to handle them. Though, permission-wise, because, magic can be a little finicky if you don't know what you're doing. Not that I think you don't know what you're doing. You are clearly very, very adept at everything, and yeah. But it's an important job.
Oh, that sounds super important. Actinia,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to come and see if you can help me? Maybe figure out how we can read this book on the ship.
Oh yeah, that sounds very important. I'm gonna bring the box down so she doesn't fall.
Just toss the box overboard.
How tall is she? How tall are you, Actinia?
5'8".
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of hop down and stand next to her and go.
I think Finn still has the book.
Okay, let's go find him. Here you go, Dread.
One should always handle their balls with care.
Good luck with that, Dread. I'll tell the captain when I see him he said hi.
Let me know if you need any more help.
Will do. Thanks. You're clearly very strong.
Okay, Strix.
Yeah, that went great. Okay.
Thank you.
He just
You're
picks up the crate. Yep.
Yeah, let's go find Fenn.
Yeah, he was a little weird, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a special one. I've never
There
met
wasn't
anyone
anything
like
in that box, was there?
There was nothing in that box.
Because when I landed, it was hollow. It was just boom. Like there was nothing in there.
That was an empty box.
Magic cannonballs.
That's the first time I've heard that one.
The new one, yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. By this point, Fen, you would be finished in the galley. Edwin, you're tailing Fen, correct?
Yep.
Fantastic. Are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just kind of?
No, I'm just hanging out. Just following
enough,
Fenn
fair
around. You know, everyone remembers the guy giving booze to people, so might as well hang out.
That's true. Yeah. So,
That math checks out.
Mm-hmm.
so what would y'all is there anything else y'all specifically want to take?
Do we know how long the journey to the island is going to take?
About 3 days. There
Wow.
and back would be about 3 days. And you have, I believe, 2 weeks, we said, on the boat.
Yeah, we rented the boat for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
So
Wait, so it's going to take 3 days to get to the island, or it would take 3 days to get to the island and back?
It should take about, well, depending on how everything goes, it should take about 2.5 to 3 days to get to the island.
Okay, just
Because
clarify.
it's kind of, so on the, if we look, I can show you the map about where it is.
There's all the whirlpools and stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, there's whirlpools and things like that. So it's, if you look at, wow, that's really not doing what I want it to, is it? I'm gonna have to show you the world map, unfortunately. All right, so Xades is this right here, and then over here is where the island is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we could just not come back to Xades. We could just go. We just go wherever this is on the way back.
That down there is Shandwin.
Yeah, maybe.
isn't Gagan in Shandwin?
Gagan is near Shandwin in Halle.
Okay. I will mention that to the party that my old blacksmithing master is in a town called Halle near Shandwin.
Yeah. You do only have a month before you are.
I thought it was 2 months.
Thought it was 2
Or-
months.
2 months. You're correct. I'm sorry.
I remember my own bail.
2 months before you are labeled fugitives and
Just me,
Well-
right?
you and Fen at the very least. Fen is probably already
Yeah, wasn't he already
a
labeled?
fugitive.
Fenn's
Yeah.
already a fugitive. They still don't really know who I am. They just know I'm an Owlfolk.
And they didn't get a very good view of Glib. He was a bit tricksy. You actually got arrested, and Fen got
Was
fought by
almost.
3 guys and became giant. So he is already in a spot of trouble.
Fun times.
As for whether or not the other two of you will be implicated, that will depend on things that you don't know yet.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm just throwing it out there that maybe we just don't go back for a little bit. Let the heat die down.
I don't want to be marked as a fugitive, though. I think we should go back for the trial.
Yeah, but not like. I'm saying we don't go back immediately
2
and then
months.
just wait there for 2 months.
But we also have to find evidence so that I'm not a criminal.
Yes.
Well, we got the books. Eventually, we'll find something.
Are we
Oh,
all grouped
the
together at this point?
Yeah, I'll let you guys be down in the galley, just kind of general vicinity. It is entirely up to you whether you have hung out with Ayat or not.
Oh no, we dropped off the jugs and then I went to go find everybody else.
Fair enough.
And
So-
I rescued Actinia from Dread.
From Dread.
So,
Good name
yeah,
choice.
if we're grouped
he
up,
thinks he's a very charming fellow.
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, they usually do.
I've met several of his type.
well, here's my and I'll give the journals to Strix since we're all together.
Is it safe to read these out here?
It's never safe to read.
Okay, you have already read them, and I am really frustrated with these stupid books right now.
In terms of the evidence, as long as we know, Edwin, you know what pages the evidence is on, right?
Yeah.
So, in terms of the evidence, I mean, we can search through it. We can find more in the journals, I'm sure. We have plenty of time for that. My question is, because Xades is a magical town, I'm already aware of one spell called Detect Thoughts, which I'm told is rather intrusive. Are there any other spells that we could use to prove that we're telling the truth? It is the magical capital, after all.
Actinia, roll me a... Sorry. I'm trying to think of what it would be, because, like, technically it would be Arcana, but, like, Divine Arcana. So I'm trying to think...
Question.
You could do Arcana, but add Wisdom instead of Intelligence.
Yeah, I might...
She does have a +5 wisdom.
Question on that.
They?
Because of a little bit of my backstory and being who I am, would I have known about the other spell, like, in a legal kind of way to figure out if somebody was stealing from the town I lived in or things like that?
You probably... Well, you were fairly young when you were, like, given to another... Or to your monastery. And, they probably would have used a slightly different method because you didn't have so many clerics in your town. They probably would have used a different kind of method for getting truth. But yeah, Actinia, roll me in... I'm gonna do Arcana check at advantage. I know I could do the wisdom-based thing, but that sounds like math.
See what happens. No one likes math. 19.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, yeah. So you know of a spell called Circle of Truth, which is a cleric spell, or Zone of Truth, which is a cleric spell.
Zone of Truth. I'm gonna write that down.
Zone of Truth, which would, in fact, anyone who fails a charisma saving throw. Charisma saving? Anyone who fails a certain saving throw that is on the spell card and could be researched very easily by me, but I'm not going to do that yet. I think it's charisma, which you can voluntarily fail.
Charisma saving throw.
Yes, thank you. I do know things. But yeah, would be compelled to tell the truth while in a specific circle, and if it was cast by the person who cast it would know whether or not the person succeeded or failed.
How would you trust the person that cast it?
Well, you wouldn't necessarily be the one casting it. You could suggest that to maybe another cleric in the town, as it's a level 1 spell. And they probably have priests somewhere. It's a large city.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to the group.
Okay. As
That
much as
sounds like a handy thing.
It does sound like a handy thing. My only question here is, I mean, I wouldn't imagine a priest would know whether or not we purposely tried to resist the spell, or even what's his face, the kidnapper, Zavin, right? Zavin, that's his name.
Yeah, Zavin.
But what if we used it on him?
That's what I'm saying. We can use it on all of us. As far as I'm concerned, it was self-defense. He was shot for his desk while we were questioning him about kidnapping and basically abusing kids.
And then he goes in the zone of truth, lies about kidnapping kids, and everyone knows.
Well, I mean, if he can somehow... I mean, if they've got a priest there and he purposely cancels out the spell, the priest will know.
That's true. And then if the priest is under him, he might do what Zavin
Right,
wants.
well, that's the problem.
Shoot.
Also, maybe you don't have to tell the truth. You just can't lie.
Well, but I mean, if you're purposely trying to avoid the question, if somebody says, "Did you kidnap kids?" and you try to avoid the question,
Well, here, I'll be Zavin.
all right.
Go ahead and ask me any questions.
Did you kidnap children?
Nope, I never kidnapped any children.
Did you tell people to kidnap children?
Nope. Never specifically told anybody to kidnap children.
Were you conspiring to kidnap? Were you conspiring to have children kidnapped?
I've never conspired on anything.
What then? What is your involvement in the Collectorate?
I know of the Collectorate.
Are you a member?
See, now we need the specifics.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel like it would pretty much go.
He is a nerd. It's going to go on for quite a bit.
I mean, I imagine it will. I mean, either way, no matter what, it's going to go on for a while.
That depends on which Collectorate you speak of. There are several.
So, I mean, as long as we're questioning him about a specific event in his journal, and I mean, obviously, it's because my plan was to go with Actinia to the trial and turn myself in there. Figured just try us both at the same time if they're willing to do that.
Same crime. Why not?
Exactly.
Edwin,
No.
did you find anything like that in the books that would help us?
Edwin.
I just, relay the notes and what Nara helped me find as far as the this is what I got. That's as far as I read, and then I got a note that y'all were getting arrested and stuff. So you know what I know. I've relayed.
Right.
These are his notes about I've absolutely involved with taking these kids to save the world and junk.
But my other question would be, does he even know the name of the god trying to destroy the world? Because we know for a fact that they don't, because Silas didn't know. Silas said he searched for years trying to find it.
Nara said that he was very obsessed with finding a substitution to the light.
Yes.
He wanted to find some kind of crystal or something that would power lanterns
Right, but we don't
to
know really where they...
substitute the light.
Right, but I mean, that could be used for anything. Even just traveling caravans, trying to move from town to town, it would make our jobs significantly easier. Groups of adventurers are hired all the time to just escort people from town to town. So that's. I mean, it depends, because we do know that the cult is trying to make some form of lantern. We don't know why. We think it has to do with their god. So it does. It gets a little sticky in that part. We, in a zone of truth, can literally say we have seen them try sacrificing people to try and make seen the aftermath of them sacrificing people to make lanterns and failing miserably, that we know of. And if he's really trying to save the world, then he shouldn't be trying to torture children to try and better them. He should have actually been doing something about it, like we are.
At least we're trying to.
Well, we are trying to, but, bad people will make excuses for bad behavior.
Okay, Edwin, can you show me where in the book that you saw the evidence so I can mark it? And then I'm gonna kind of keep cleaning through it. Oh, my head hurts. See if like, I know you said something about other villages and like, so I just want to mark it so we can start looking at it a little closer.
Okay. Is it fair to assume that Edwin would remember what parts of the book things were in, or would I need to?
Yeah, no, he would probably, because since you did find them and you had them pointed out to you, yeah.
Okay, so gonna take the book and flip through it to the relative area that I remember it being, and then I'm gonna hand it to Strix, and then there you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is it a real snowfest?
Don't get corrupted now. You know how I feel about books and their knowledge.
Pretty well already corrupted because I like books and their knowledge. It's what kept me company for 15 years in the monastery.
Then you truly are lost.
It's okay, I still like you.
I leave the room.
Fair enough.
You're still my friend, Edwin!
I'll go check on Edwin.
I'm literally just standing in the hall. I didn't go anywhere.
Well, good talk, everybody.
At some point, a very large earth genasi that you have actually seen before, looking ironically like Duane but with hair, kind of does the what's up as he walks by you with a very large crate.
One empty too.
He walks by us or he walks by Edwin?
He walked by Edwin. Just kind of does the You're the adventurer guys, right?
Yep, that's what they say. That's what we're trying,
Cool. Hey,
You
you see Ayat in there? Tell him he's a punk. Just kind of walked off.
I
don't know who it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you got it.
Yep.
Are we doing that?
Sure, next time I see him.
All right. Hell with it. Why not?
I'm just hiding in the hall right now. I just messing.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Is it okay if I try to take a self tour around the boat just to see what's going on?
Sure. Yeah. And as you walk around the boat, it's a decent size. It's actually pretty comfy looking. There are a couple of different barracks looking doors. One of them has a skull and crossbones on it that says Dread. Just a little, it's carved into it. And
Is his last name Roberts?
You didn't ask. And then underneath it, it just has a smiley or like smiley face on it, but the smiley face is like puking.
Oh, he's got emojis.
Moving on.
You get the feeling that that one was not drawn by the same person who drew the dread with the skull and crossbones. Yeah. Sorry. Making choices and stuff like that.
As Actinia goes to leave and just sees me standing in the hall, I'm just gonna very blatantly just not even hiding the fact that I just went out there just to
fuck with me.
yeah.
Hey.
Everyone's just having fun.
Yeah. You find a like area that seems to have a good number of cannons. So there are actual guns in that room. Is where you see the Earth Genasi that looks quite a bit like Dwane. He sets down the crate he's carrying. He isn't making it look like it's heavy, but when you hear it be put down, there is a metal dunk, and he just kind of rips off the cover and starts stacking the cannonballs.
Here comes a new challenger.
And he just kind of looks over and is just like, "What's up?"
Hey.
He's doing the opposite. It was very heavy, but he made it look not heavy.
Yeah. You looking for something?
No, I'm just looking around. I've never been on a boat before, so
Ah, cool.
yeah, I don't really know what's going on here.
Oh, well, let's see. You got the captain, first mate. Kezin's probably the one you'll see around. Captain. Dumbass is probably in his room just slacking off. I'm allowed to say that. He's my cousin. You got Ayat in the galley. He's a punk. Weak. You got Sierra. She's the navigator up in the crow's nest. Make sure we're going in the right place. Careful. If you walk into a room that she just came out of and she looks way too happy about it. Red, he's dumb. Don't listen to him. Also, his actual name is Greg, so, like, there's that.
I'm using that against him.
Please remind him of that at every opportunity that you get. He's annoying, but kind of charming sometimes. By total accident. Stareth, she's like my niece, super cool chick. Would protect her with my life. And then I'm Tarn. I'm down here. I make sure that anything that comes close to us gets a bullet hole in it.
Thank you.
That's pretty much what's going on here. Usually with a lot of, dumbness and porkery. A couple of holes in the ship when idiots decide to put their try to put their fist through me and end up missing and hitting the deck like a dumbass.
Didn't hear that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, he's a punk.
Well, now we know what happened.
Yeah, now I've got
she
the story.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, fair.
Well, thank you. I feel a lot more informed now.
Yeah. Anytime.
I'm just gonna slowly walk out.
Later. You wander throughout more of the halls. Once again, past the things. There's quite a bit of space. You do see a couple of rooms that seem to be guest quarters, essentially, for you guys. There's a storage space. Currently, it seems to be empty, but it is a rather spacious area that's for, crates and if they're moving cargo and things like that. Right now, it seems to pretty much just be holding foodstuffs. And
are there barrels with them?
Barrels?
Crate and barrel? No?
Yeah.
Low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I enjoy it. I always enjoy a good pun. But yeah. Strix, Glib, got anything you want to do?
I mean, if I'm in the mess hall, I'm definitely eating something.
Oh, good. Then yeah, Ayat would ask if there was anything in particular. Actually,
We got grub.
yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, he was like, so did you want anything?
Yeah, what's good?
Well, anything's really good. It depends on what you're drinking, because of course you got to pair the drink and food perfectly together. I got some. Well, I haven't really finished dinner yet, so that's still waiting. But if you're looking for something quick and simple, I have a house salad. I'm working on a caprese if you're interested in that. We've also got a nice arugula mix that I could definitely whip up for you pretty quick. Some great goat cheese to go on top of that. And some really robust things to add to a nice salad if you were looking for something a little cold and quick. If you're looking for something a little bit more hearty than that, I am in the process of making a stew. It's not quite finished yet. The port hasn't fully settled into the mix. But that's definitely going to be there. And then I have a couple of radishes if you're looking for something, light, kind of crunchy. I haven't quite gotten the chance to fully finish the decor of it yet, but they're not bad, I suppose. Not perfect yet, but not bad.
Wow, that was very overwhelming. I guess a radish, please.
Right, and he hands you a radish, not in the shape of a radish. In fact, it has been cut into this delicate-looking flower. And then on the side, there are actually the pieces that have been removed in a little pile, so that you can have the. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they came like this.
Yeah, well, it's actually a really great technique. See, the cool thing about a knife is that if you hold it this way, and he holds up a knife toward with the blade facing away, and very threatening, this can sever a carotid artery in 2 seconds. But if you flip it like this, and he flips it so that it's normal way, the way that a chef holds it, this can chop up carrots in 3 seconds. It's the greatest invention. Knives are the most beautiful and wonderfully diverse inventions that humanity has ever come up with. I'm a big fan.
Hey, no argument here. It sounds like you gotta talk to our buddy Fen about making knives.
I mean, I can't make them personally. I think that's a rather impressive skill for anyone to be able to hold, especially if you can make something as fine and as thin as this particular beauty. I love this. I call her Bertha.
Nice. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to dinner stew, but I'm gonna just crunch on these radishes in the meantime. We had to leave pretty quick.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I will do my best to make your stay as culinarily and gastrically enjoyable as possible.
Well, I'm sure everything will turn out real nice.
I see what you did there. That's very clever now. Thanks.
Yeah, pretty sharp.
Yeah.
All right.
Would I have heard any of the options that he had presented to Glib?
Roll me a perception check because you are just slightly outside of the room. You said.
No, I never left the room.
No, yeah, Strix and Glib are still right there.
Yeah, but you guys said that you weren't in the area that he was while you were talking. Because I asked you if you were near Ayat when you were talking.
Oh.
And you said you were in the area of the galley, but not in front of Ayat.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
11.
You were beak deep in that book.
11. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately not.
Okay. So I will probably just be sitting at a table going through the book, like focusing more on the places that Edwin pointed out and kind of reading in the areas of the things that he pointed out to see if I can find any pertinent information
Okay.
with my
Before we do
parchment
that-
and taking notes.
So, you wanted to roll me, assumably, an investigation check with advantage.
Oh, I get advantage this time.
Well, you got some assistance, so yeah, this time you can have advantage.
Advantage.
Hey! I didn't get single digits!
Hey, that's good news.
Ah,
That's a 18!
yeah, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. All right.
Not
Maybe
good
I'll
enough,
find the
but pretty
information
good.
that I've been looking for that you know I want.
And yeah, essentially, you find some areas talking about different places of interest for the collectorate where they have had some inclinations. One passage talks about the unfortunately, there are no specific names used for really anything. It's all very much in code. But getting some information from Edwin, who had some information from Nara, helps you a little bit with like figuring out what some of the things could mean. So at one point there is a passage that talks specifically about a vision that was had by the master of the master of past, present, and future is the way that it is phrased in the book. You would take that to mean the oracle, who has long since who has passed rather recently, saying that he had a vision of the servants of the end of the world going to search a village on a nearby continent that was slightly different, in a village full of people of unique stature and feathery appearance. They made the decision to go there and offer to protect one of the rather unique and special individuals on the island who had shown a proclivity for magic as far as they had been able to tell. However, you do also find that before that happened, when they got there, not only had the child already been taken as far as they understood, but in fact the village was torn asunder. So they don't know for sure whether or not the child was taken by the servants of the end or not. They also make it, you get the feeling that they do not actually know much about the servants of the end. They know that there are people other than them who seem to be knowledgeable about the end of the world, that they seem to kind of play back and forth with as a game of chess, with some of the actions they're taking. But they don't know very much beyond that.
So they don't know the who, what, when, where, or why. They just kind of know they're bad.
They're pretty sure that they're no so good. And
Pretty
that's
sure
kinda
they're
what
not so good. And
Exactly.
they're okay.
They're like, these people, they're going to places that we are going, sometimes before us, sometimes after us, and they are doing things that we don't like, so they're probably bad guys. And we gonna fight them.
They're probably the bad guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So discovering said knowledge and having a pretty sneaking suspicion, because feathery folk are not really popular. You kind of see Strix's eyes go really wide, and she carefully marks the page where the information is. She closes the book. She stands up and bolts out of the galley going, Fenn! 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 Fenn!
So does Strix just run by Edwin and I? Because we're just standing in the hallway.
Probably,
Just chomping on a radish. I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, Glib just hears like screeching in the background and just gonna.
I have to make an owl joke.
Mechanically flaps past you guys, shouting your name.
Edwin's gonna do the same thing he's done to everyone else who walks by. Just, hey.
And at that, I'm like halfway down the hall, and I just kind of stop.
There's like,
Make a-
oh god, this
Make a perception
skid
check
stop.
at disadvantage.
The skid stop with the talons on.
Strix, make a perception check at disadvantage, shouting louder than Edwin is talking, and frantically flapping about.
It's not horrible. It's a 10.
I would argue that you do not hear Edwin, nor do you see Fenn.
Strix.
Do I hear that one?
I mean, he's talking loud. Like Edwin is kind of just doing the calm, like, so, whereas like Fenn is actually calling after you. So I'll say yeah.
Yeah, like he's just kind of like, Strix.
It's the different decibel levels of just like. I
stop and I like come to a screeching halt and I turn around. I'm like,
Strix.
I run up to him and I'm like, the book. I figured it out.
There's a book and you figured something out. We're speaking common, right? I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Is little Glibby trapped in a well?
Oh shit, did Glib fall overboard? I'm gonna take the book and I'm gonna... Is it on the page?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the pages real
Roll me
quick.
an investigation check.
It's the thing and the thing and the book and the thing.
You were not given instructions of how to read it either.
Yeah,
You were just frantically
I was
told.
not. I don't know if I clicked investigation or medicine, but I'm gonna find out right now. What the?
Well, the first one was medicine. The second two were investigation, but I'll take the 9. Yeah, I mean, there's writing on this page. It probably says something. But you're starting to wonder if it wasn't written in wizardese.
Strix, this is written in wizard.
Hold on.
Edwin, are you doing anything about this?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Good.
11, 12, 13. Okay.
So here, and I kind of point, and I'm like, so here,
It says that the collectorate was gonna go to a land far away, filled with Owlfolk, to try and get a person who they thought the serpent people were after, as considered one of the destroyers of the end of the world, and they went to a land far away filled with Owlfolk. But when they got there, the village had been destroyed, and the child was missing.
Double checking something just for reasons. Are you purposefully making the leaps in logic?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Does it specifically say? Because bear in mind, I need you to understand for a moment.
Yes.
Our entire defense for Actinia and myself rides on Zavin not knowing who's trying to end the world.
He has no idea who's trying to end the world. It just says that he's like, there's no who, he doesn't know who, what, when, where, or why. He's just he just knows that they're not good.
Fen takes a very deep sigh of relief. Hey, that part is all right. But it does say that he went after your village.
Not specifically.
Okay, but it does say that he went for an Owlfolk village in a far-off land.
Yes, and when he got there, the village was destroyed.
Double checking again that you're making the purposeful leap in logic.
Yes,
It didn't say Owlfolk.
it said feathery folk.
Yeah, it said feathery folk. So I just wanted to double check.
Okay.
That it wasn't a
Feathery folk.
miscommunication on my part.
Feathery folk. Excuse me, it doesn't say the word Owlfolk, it says feathery folk.
Okay, are there any Arakokra on your island?
Would I know that?
Well, maybe a history check.
Oh, I did it at advantage. Shit.
I'll just use the first number.
The
Yeah,
9.
we'll just use the first one. Maybe. You've seen Arakokra on Tahoban.
I never personally saw any. I mean, I've seen some monks at the monastery, but I never saw any on Samaras.
Okay. I mean, I know there's Tabaxi there, but I mean,
Oh, there's a ton of them, yeah.
yeah, so,
But I never saw any Arakokra.
Can't shake a stick without hitting a cat.
That's they definitely- You
I'm
do
going
know
to hell
that
for that.
Smaris was created by Hana, who would have made the island a little bit more habitable for bestial races such as bugbears, Aarakocra, Owlfolk, Kenku, Tabaxi, shifters, like all of that. But specifically, like specifics like that, you don't know for sure
Okay.
because nine.
So I don't know if there's any other birds on the land.
right.
I mean, it's there's not a lot of like non-bestial forms on the land.
Right. Yeah, I mean, from what I've been told about your homeland, I don't think those of us that aren't beast people would do very well there.
Probably not.
So, well, I mean, that's good information to have. I would say we mark it in the book, but because it's just more evidence that this collectorate was moving kids.
I mean, they were at least, and so in this part of the book, it says that they were approaching the village to try to offer to protect the child because they felt that the child was one of the.
Did you say servants of the end of the world, or
No, that the
like how did you
child-
word that? I want to make sure I have it very specifically.
Well, for the child, they thought that child showed magical prowess or had a
Okay.
potential for magical prowess.
Okay.
They said that the child had a potential for magical prowess, and that's why the servants of the. They call them the servants of the end of the world. That is what they call them.
Okay. Okay. That's what they call the cult.
That's what Zavin calls the cult, is the servants of the end of the world.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Edwin, what are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's this is it's a lot.
Yeah. Definitely a lot. I mean, we're definitely gonna have to use our time to piece this together properly.
It's too many bad guys.
Isn't that normally the case? Even when they're not trying to end the damn world?
Too many bad guys, not enough spell slots.
think we need to, after this, I
wouldn't
think
know.
we need to try to make it to the library.
Which one?
The big,
Oh, the Everdon. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Everdon. Yeah,
that one. Where is that?
in a tree.
Do we know where, like, what land it's on?
It's on top. Well, the information we were given from the adventurer in Edwin said that. What town did she say? She said that she gave us a name.
She said it was south of Shandwin. That's
Yeah.
where Shandwin came from in your head. That it was south of Shandwin,
Right.
at the top of southern Tufflebum.
Yeah. So. Right. I'll relay that back to Strix. So, I mean, that's what she said, so. And it's specifically a tree of some sort. At least that's what she said. So. And she seemed pretty confident at the time. So. I mean, Actinia was actually just telling me. Apparently, her god sent a messenger telling her to look for it too. So that might actually be our next best step. So we deal with the pirate issue and do what we came here to do, and then we head for the Eves of the Everdon. We just have to make sure that we're back in Xades in 2 months' time. I'm pretty sure my god would be a little pissed at me if I skipped out on a trial.
Yeah, probably. So between the feathers in the creepy basement where the dude was in the cages, and we yeah, in that whole situation, Molotov cocktail situation, and this,
I remember, yeah. When my father got away with my mother, yeah.
I'm gonna have a hard time putting this down. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Fair enough. We should keep it in the bag of holding, though, when you're not going through it, though.
Yeah.
Is it
No.
okay if Actinia is walking back right now?
Yeah, of course.
She's gonna pass by everybody in the hall and be like, hey, oh, wait. If you guys see somebody named Dread on the boat, call him Greg. And then she's just
Somebody
gonna-
named Dredd, call him Greg.
Yes.
Actually, while you're here, your messenger from your god said to look for the Eves of the Everdon, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to relay the information that Strix just gave Edwin and I. And Strix was suggesting that we go to the Eves of the Everdon as soon as we're done with this pirate thing. And I don't disagree.
I don't know.
Personally. And actually, we
You
should let
said
Glib
feather
know.
people?
What's that?
You said feather people? They were taking feather people?
Yes.
And they
No,
called
they
them
like it.
feather folk
Yeah.
in the book. It said feather folk on a faraway, distant land, which, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm from Samaras,
Oh.
and there's a lot of bestial folk on Samaras, and I'm like, feather folk? I know.
And my father had actually captured a bunch of Owlfolk. We found Strix found their feathers in his last hideout.
Wow.
So
Are there other kinds of people that have feathers besides Owlfolk?
Arakokra.
Yeah, there's Aarakocra, but I don't. And the Kenku, yeah. There's some Kenku and there's Aarakocra, but I'd never seen any others on Samaras. I'd seen some tabaxi and some owlbears, and so, I mean, owlbears could be considered feather folk, maybe?
They're folk and they have feathers. I mean,
Do Aasimar count as feather folk?
depends on the Aasimar.
Roll me a history check. I get an advantage because,
Well, I already have that selected.
Yeah,
Or
that was
you
Fenn's
or you.
response. Depends on the Aasimar.
I mean, you have feathers, so maybe.
Yeah, I can't really help here, but I'm
like-
fine with going.
One of the like 2 Aasimar you've ever met, maybe.
I don't even think I've met one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, I've met a few, but only 2 of you have ever had feathers, so.
I'm special. And she's gonna be like, okay, well, I've got something else to do. And she's gonna walk into the kitchen area and point at the cook and be like, what's your name?
Hello, nice to meet. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Art. Howdy, man. My name is Art. We will continue this interaction with. So before you sneak in to talk to Ayat, we will actually take a quick break and we will come back into that interaction there.
Take
so
the
we'll see
opportunity
y'all
to go out
very
there with
soon.
an
All right, so just before break, you were about to head to talk to Ayat.
Yes, I was. Alright.
All right.
I'm gonna point at him and say, what's your name over there?
Howdy, man. My name is Art.
I have been told that you are a punk.
Horn. All right. All right. All right.
And then I'm just gonna turn out and walk away.
That'll be fun.
So yeah, we're going to Everdon.
That was. Who are you saying that to?
I turned out and walked back to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Glib still in there?
Yeah, just chewing on my radish.
Happily munching on some radish pieces.
All right. Well, let's go bring Glib up to speed.
These aren't half bad.
So I'm gonna turn and head back in to fill Glib in on what Strix found in the journal.
Mhm.
And then there's really nothing special that I personally want to do. So, but I'll just sit with Glib and bring him up to speed and tell him what Strix found.
Okay, so sounds like after Pirates, next stop, Everdon.
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a book of prophecy or some shit in there.
Now we gotta be a little bit careful, because time might move differently in an extra planar library.
I'm sorry. What?
What'd you say?
Time might move differently in an extra planar library.
Like, how do you mean?
Okay, so we could go in there, and to us, it would be like, oh, it's only been 5 minutes, and then we come back, and it's been 30 years. But that's a pretty extreme example.
Is there a plane that's like? You would.
I just made that up, but like different parts of the Feywild out here can have a pretty wild disconnect between the prime material and time.
So,
I see.
Don't even get me started on I knew this guy. He was playing Tenpin. He fell asleep, woke up. It was like 100 years later. It was ridiculous.
A point of inspiration because of that reference. Because you can't just expect me not to reward a reference to fantastic classical literature stories.
We did it.
Yep. Please continue.
I
So I'm really only bringing that up
Okay.
because we have the 2 months before we have to take Actinia back for the trial. But also, if we come out the other side and it's 400 years later, I'm pretty sure people will have forgotten.
probably. I really hope it's not 400 years later, though. That would be very disconcerting.
That's a word for it.
Imagine what kind of stuff they will be up to at that point. And by they, I mean just the world.
Assuming it hasn't ended at that point, right?
Yeah.
There's that, yeah.
However, I'm pretty sure an extra planar library will also just sort of put us where we need to be.
But will it be the same place we want to be?
Oh, usually not.
Glib, are there like in the Feywild? Do you guys have the same constellations as we do?
Oh, absolutely not. Kind of. A little bit, maybe.
Oh, that made less sense than I do half the time.
It kind of depends. So there's some parts that are a little closer to us, and those are the parts that you can kind of, that's where the mushrooms come in. And then there's some parts that are way further away from us. In some places where it's perpetual day, so it's kind of hard to tell. You know.
Okay, I just figured out this freaking journal, and now I gotta try and figure out constellations. Okay, cool.
Actinia, you said that Elenil sent you a messenger that told you that to go to the Everdon, right?
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, he said that if I want answers, I should go there. Which I do, so.
Okay, well, my boss is a lesser deity to... not lesser deity... Elenil is my boss's
like
boss. Yeah. I'm still trying to get the words right. I hope she understands. Elenil is basically the leader of the Pantheon, so if Elenil says we should be going to the Everdon, we should probably be going to the Everdon. I'm fairly certain, planarly and time-wise, we'll probably be okay. I doubt she'd send us on a fool's errand like that and make one of her clerics here a fugitive from the law.
Oh, I hope not. That'd be my first interaction with her, and she's trying to kill me.
Yeah, imagine a god just sending you on a quest for shits and giggles.
I don't know what that's like at all.
I hope that's not what it's like.
Yeah, it's probably not.
I'm going to trust her and pray that she will not try to send us forward 400 years.
Though, to be fair, we wouldn't technically be fugitives in 400 years, so...
That's a very valid point.
I still wouldn't like it.
I'm not saying I would like it either.
I mean, I suppose that depends on the law. We could technically be fugitives, but, would anyone
Remember?
care to chase us about it,
Nah.
Hey, I remember you. You were supposed to be here 399 years and 10 months ago.
I mean, elves do live a really, really, really long time.
There is that.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's when I roll deception. No, that was someone else.
Wouldn't we be very old?
Yeah, we just showed up 400 years after the fact, sure.
None of us would live that long.
Doesn't make any sense. None of us have elvish blood in us.
Well,
I don't think. Oh, yeah, Finn, you do. Sorry. Sorry about that.
I have 2 different kinds of elf lineage.
So you're
Boy,
gonna...
this is an awkward time to find out Strix's elf races.
I'm not! But see, that's the thing, is I don't see him like that. So, he's just my friend.
I do normally wear a hood, so it very
It doesn't
rarely see
bother
my
me that he's
ears.
part elf.
yeah, right.
He's just my friend. Glib's
I
a
see you
little
for
green
you
guy.
despite your elf heritage.
I don't really see ears, you know?
Okay, so what
Why
would
am
y'all
I
like to
being
do?
picked on?
What would y'all like to do?
It was just funny.
Is there anything in particular y'all are desiring at current moment?
I'm good, other than just wanting to know what else is in the journal. Fen will convey that he thinks that we should be scouring through it for anything else, from both journals, but that for the most part, when we're not using it, it should be in the bag of holding.
Okay. Is there any particular thing that you want to look for in the journal?
Specifically, anything that will prove our case that we went there to investigate children that had been kidnapped for Nara and the abuse that she had suffered. And because Fen will reiterate, even, that you question a wizard and he jumps for a desk, you assume the worst, especially under these conditions. I wasn't going to ask questions. So, but he's looking for evidence that he can use to get Actinia and the rest of us out of trouble.
Alright, you want to roll me an investigation check?
I can do that. Let's see. There we go. Click on the right one. That is a solid 10.
There's a whole lot of words in this book.
Yeah, I don't read wizard very well.
You want me to take a look?
Yeah, by all means.
Let's see if I can find anything else.
Wizards and the bloody codes.
There's a whole lot of words in that book.
Oh. Oh, I did advantage. My bad. Well, I got a 3 anyways.
Well, the first one was 17.
The first one, yeah, was...
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the first
Or
one
18.
was 18.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll just take the first roll, because that was the... Yeah. You do have a little bit of an easier time reading things. The problem is, like, there are certainly things in there that make you go, I mean, that like, he's talking about, children being taken to the orphanage. And he's talking about going out and gathering or pinpointing these children who have a prowess for magic. He's talking about, raising Nara specifically because of her skills in magic. He's talking about coming up with different ways to empower wizards and potential uses for different things. He's talking about how he's very proud of Ruben's underling for being so clever as to come up with these different things and help them, but nothing is particularly incriminating necessarily.
Oh, that sounded pretty incriminating.
Yeah, it sounds incriminating, but none of it is directly, like, it's not like it's a signed affidavit that says, yes, I kidnap children so that I can raise them in my wizardy ways and torture them into, like, I'm experimenting on the children that I kidnap so that I can turn them into the best wizards possible to stop the end of the world. Like, it's not direct. Everything is very, like, particular in its wording.
Okay. So, Yeah, nothing that would really help us. Sorry.
Right. Well, we might have to talk to Nara's brother then.
Well, let's deal with these pirates first and just kind of sleep on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Everdon has something better than this.
One
Hard
can
to
hope.
say. Maybe it doesn't even have books. Maybe it just has crystals. Crystals full of information.
That's a weird prediction.
Maybe it doesn't even have crystals. Maybe it's just tree bark.
It could be anything.
But y'all have a pretty uneventful day as far as everything goes. Mostly it's smooth sailing. At some point you have dinner with the rest of the crew. It is a very, like, this is not ship food. You've had ship food. When he said he was making a stew, he made, like, rich, elegant stew with the highest quality seasonings and a port and like, it's very, like, elegant food that he made. But yeah, if there's nothing else y'all want to do, then y'all have your first long rest, finishing your first day of travel. Wake up the next morning to an elegant breakfast of finely julienned asparagus, fried in a light balsamic vinaigrette. Finely prepared eggs with truffle shavings on top, and some homemade toast that seems fresh enough to have been made just before you left Xades, with a hand-churned butter atop. You get the feeling that Ayat really likes to cook. Also, Tarn walks in with a big, giant black eye. But yeah. Anything you'd like to do? Actually, I would like. Let's see. Let me. Let me make my decisions. Who do I want? Noel, would you roll me a d6, please?
Yep, I know how to do that.
Dun dun dun.
Hey, not bad.
Woo! Another 4. First one went well.
Yeah, okay. The dice have spoken. Alright. So, y'all, what would you like to do? Anyone got anything interesting?
What is there for a glib to do on a boat?
I mean, Fen marks the pages that Actinia pointed out just for further investigation.
Fair enough.
I think
Gates
Asini's
and
just
everything.
gonna walk around again.
Yeah. That's pretty much what Fen does. He just wanders the boat.
You know, I've never done fishing, and this seems like a good place for fishing.
Go for
Fair
it. I
enough.
think it'll work.
Yeah. Kraken
try
drags Glib into the ocean.
I hooked a real big one. I'm never letting go. Gah.
I'll go up to the crow's nest and talk to Serena. Sierra. I was so freaking close. Yeah, I want to kind of start talking to her about like navigation and constellations and things like that, and kind of see if she knows anything about star mapping. Being the navigator of the ship.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and make a persuasion check. You do see her up there, this time with a spyglass, and some maps in front of her. She does seem to be keeping a pretty wary eye on the...
Hi, Sarah.
Hey.
I was just
Welcome
wondering
back.
if you. Hi. I was just wondering if you knew anything about like constellations and stars and things like that. Cause I'm kind of interested in learning about the stars and the constellation. And I heard you're the navigator, and I thought you might know.
I mean, I know some stuff, sure. Is there anything in particular you were looking for?
I just kind of want to learn like how to map the constellations and look and see where they are in the sky and how they move.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll me that persuasion check.
Yeah, it was a 13.
Sorry, I didn't see it. Nor did I hear it. That's my bad. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know how much there really is to teach. It's more of a, like, you learn by doing sort of thing. But yeah, I can show you some of those skies to keep track of and stuff like that. If you want to help me navigate tonight, we're going to be in some pretty dangerous waters as we get closer to the reef. So, you know, Razor Reef could be a bit of a problem, especially with the areas around known for being a little bit more on the... It's a place where the not-so-good love to hide.
Yeah, that's why we're coming here, unfortunately.
Yeah, well. Makes things more interesting, according to Captain.
Yeah, we want to make sure that the not-so-good people are not doing the not-so-good things. We're going to stop them from doing the not-so-good things.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of what you adventuring types do, right?
Yeah, it is!
So, works out. Was there a particular, like, direction you wanted to learn about, or particular constellations you were looking for?
Not necessarily. I just kind of want to learn about them and where they are in the sky and stuff.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, not exactly a book, but I can tell you what I was taught. Sure.
That'd be great! Thank you!
No problem.
I'll see you tonight, I guess at sunset?
Yeah, that'll work. Definitely.
Okay.
I'll see you then.
Thank you!
No problem.
And I'll go down and just kind of wander around, and I may go try to hang out with the cook for a bit.
Fair enough. Ayat is more than happy to let you hang out, chat with you a little bit.
I show him my bag of spices.
He goes gaga over your bag of spices. He looks at it and goes, does it do fresh?
I don't
Does
know.
it do fresh?
I think so? I don't know. Let's find out. What spice do you want?
Oof. Oh. You know, I'm making a braised chicken breast tonight that I think would taste fantastic with just the tiniest... My mama used to make the best with just a touch of fresh lavender and some dill sprinkled on top. You mix that with the Parmesan crust and panko breadcrumbs made from the outsides of day-old bread. Right amount of butter, and it just crumbles in your mouth in just the perfect way. So
that sounds really good. I wish I could try it. So go ahead and stick your hand in the bag and tell it the spice that you want. But make sure to say the word fresh, and we'll see if it works.
Alright, that sounds good. Alright. So he sticks his hand in and he leans over it next to his hand and he says, fresh lavender, and pulls his hand out. And he does seem to have some fresh lavender there.
Hey, I guess it works with fresh herbs too.
Oh, I gotta get me one of those. Captain's gonna have to hunt me one of them down because I knew that.
I don't know where they got it from, but I'll ask them. And maybe we can help you find one.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you want the fresh? What was the other one? You
Some fresh dill goes well, and then you can put like a lemon. Fresh deal. He pulls out another clip. I'm gonna be cooking good tonight. He's just like,
So that sounds real. I really wish I ate meat. But I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. No, I don't eat meat, I'm sorry.
Delicious.
Delicious. You caught that!
I'll see what I can do with some veggie broth and some tofu.
Oh, that sounds really good.
I'll try to see what I can do with some veggie broth and some tofu for you. You help me out with this. We're gonna make this work for you. You are gonna taste Mama's chicken, even if it's not chicken. he just gets to work.
And I can stay and help you until sunset. I gotta go and meet Sierra at sunset.
I'm gonna be there around before sunset. Yeah, let's that one, Marlon. Let's come help me.
Okay.
And he gives you directions with chopping and seasoning, and you together you work together until at least lunch-ish time, in which you are provided a very nice salad before he runs out to go give salad to the rest of the crew in their spots. Anyone else have anything that they would like to do?
Is it okay if Actinia goes back down to the gun room to look to see if anyone's there? Cannon
yeah.
room.
You walk in and you do see Tarn there. Again with the black eye. Just kind of looks up and is like,
What happened to your eye?
you know. A little friendly rivalry. Don't worry, you should see the guy. His stomach is like purple. He won't show it off because he's a coward, but like, I got him good.
Sounds great. I was wondering if you could show me how to use one of those cannons.
Oh, sure, of course. Yeah. Let me just, I'm just gonna fire off a quick warning to the ship. You might want to plug your ears. And just all of you hear a loud pronouncement of fire ho coming from seemingly everywhere as this just very loud voice thunders through the entire ship. Alright, let's do this. And okay. He single-handedly yanks in one of the cannons. He says, first thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure that it's in place. And he walks you through the steps of firing off a cannon. It's a lot of like heavy lifting, and he shows you exactly how to pack it and press all of the, like, press the powder properly, make sure that everything's in place.
Can I try and pick up one of the cannons? I'm pretty sure I can't, but I'd like to try.
Sure, go for it. Roll me an athletics check.
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make it.
Okay. Yeah. And you have a -1 strength modifier. You walk up to one of the cannons. And you just kind of like, you get into this position where clearly you're trying to do something, and he just looks at you and he just...
No, I got it. Watch.
And you yank, and it rolls forward, making you stumble onto the cannon. He goes, you got this. Try again. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got it this time. I'll try to do it one more time.
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. You don't even manage to properly grasp it this time. Your hands just kind of slip off. He's just like, yeah, these babies are like 400 pounds. You want some help?
No, you know what? You are really good at this job. I think they made the right person in charge, because these stupid cannons, and I'll kick it and like stub my toe on it. These stupid cannons are not easy to use.
No, they aren't. But nice try, man. Like you did your best.
Do you like load all of these yourself?
Well, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I have a little bit of help, but yeah, pretty much.
There are other people in the boat that can carry these cannons?
Yeah.
Cannonballs?
Dwane. Actually, I think Kezin is working up to being able to do it. She's not quite there yet. Sierra, however, if you can get her down in a fight, she's terrifying.
This is a tough crew.
Yeah. I mean, well, Greg isn't. Sorry, that's an inside joke. Yeah, I mean, you know, we all kind of came together for a bunch of different reasons.
That's some of the best stories sometimes.
Yeah. I started my life, I was a gladiator.
Really?
Oh yeah. Big, buff, terrifying.
That's impressive.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
How did you end up on a pirate ship?
Merchant ship, not pirate ship.
Merchant.
That's Sierra. No, I was, well, I mean, you know, Dwane's my cousin. So he kind of, every once in a while, we would switch when we did chores, and he ran off to join the army, and or the town guard, I stayed to become a gladiator, and then, we, just kind of ran back into each other at some point, and he offered me adventure, and I was bored. I mean, obviously, a little bit more extenuating circumstances than that, but push comes to shove, you find yourself on a boat. And I really like guns.
Those are two good reasons to be here, I suppose.
Yeah.
The biggest
about you?
guns
What
I've
made
ever
you-
seen.
Nice. It's runs in the family. What made you decide to come out and adventure and all that sort of stuff? You know?
I actually came here for the pirates. I was told near the town that I live by that the pirates were causing some trouble. So I came out here and accidentally found a group of people that got me arrested, and I think we're friends now.
Well, you know, adventures. If you haven't been arrested, have you really been on an adventure?
Guess not. That was my first time.
Well, welcome to the family, then.
Thank you.
No
I
problem.
hope it doesn't happen again, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, win some, you lose some. It's fine. If, you know, you ever become a fugitive, just buy a boat.
Don't think
I'm not
I'd
the
ever...
fugitive on the crew. Don't worry.
Wait, who is?
Well, roll me a persuasion check.
God, I really want to know.
It's definitely Greg.
If it is Greg, that makes sense.
That's perception, dear.
Ah, gee whiz, my bad.
I was gonna say, you have a +8 to persuasion?
That's not bad.
Oh no, I got 0.
Mm,
Still not bad.
still not bad. So don't tell her, because she'll kick my ass.
Okay.
Sierra? Not always been the, I mean, she's a great chick. Don't get me wrong. She's great now. First time we met her, she sort of stabbed me, though. I still owe her for that one. She was working on this crew that we were chasing down, and some sort of bounty after the crew itself. They were taking merchant ships and things like that, and sometimes Dwane just likes to, you know, be the big damn hero, sir. So we went out after this ship, and I guess Sierra just kind of wormed her way into our hearts or something. Yeah, she started her life as a little bit less reputable.
Wow, that's a great redemption story for her. As long as she's still not doing crimes.
No, but Don't walk out of a room when don't walk into a room she just walked out of and she's smirking. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, you said that. What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Okay, I'll trust you on that one.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for showing me the cannons. I'm gonna go find my new friends.
No problem. Anytime, man. Anytime.
And then I'll walk back out and go find everyone.
Guys, we're new friends.
Just it really sounds like this ex-pirate gal is just kind of farty. that's my take.
That's what I was getting to.
I was going more on like.
Oh, then I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say where my head went. Then,
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
we'll
what I
find
was
out.
getting to.
Maybe you'll find out.
walks out of a room. There's a puff of smoke in there. It's real thick. Smells funny.
I'm just gonna take its word for it.
Oh man.
So, anyone else got anything they want to do?
Glib tried fishing for about 4.5 minutes. Was like, no, I don't think this is for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, at one point, like, Kazan walks by. Like, do you actually have, like, fishing anything? Do you go to look for fishing equipment?
Probably just prestidigitates like a string. And he's like, ah!
Kazan would probably walk by and be like, Did you want help with that?
Oh, sure. I just assumed that you just toss it in and the fish bite.
No, you've never fished before?
Nope. No, not even once. I grew up in a cave.
Hey, right, okay. Do you want me to go get your rod?
Oh, sure.
Right.
For what?
Okay. Well, because you get the rod and it's got the like line on it, and then you just like put some bait on it and you throw it out there, and you just kind of like watch it, and then sometimes it'll like, and then you just reel it in. It's the way we do it. There's also like nets and things like that, which are pretty useful if you're in the right spot, but we're too close to the reefs for it to be anything particularly useful right now. Because the fish around here aren't going to be the fish that you catch with a net aren't going to be particularly edible, but with the bait we use, it would definitely bring in something like maybe a bass or something. Bass is huge though, so trying to pull up one of those things might be a bit of a problem, you know.
Oh, well, worth a shot. Yeah, I'll take a ride. Let's give it a go.
Alright, sounds good. I'll be right back. And she comes back with 2 rods and a little can, and she pulls out a worm and loads them onto the hooks for you, and just like, alright, so I'm gonna teach to cast. Sorry,
Okay.
with you. So you're just gonna put your finger like this, and you pull back, and you let it go, and make sure that you let your finger go at exactly the tip of the arc as you're running forward. Right. Roll me a d20.
You know, I've cast things before, just not, this kind of things. 17.
Very nice. So yeah, it goes flying out pretty far. And she just kind of like nods. Not bad for your first try. That's actually pretty good. Well done. And then she just kind of like waits for a little while with you, kind of slowly showing you how to do the fish thing, for a little while until all of a sudden you hear the voice of Dread, shouting out, "Hey, first mate!" Hi, Greg. It's Dread. Right. Where? What you want? Cam's got a problem he wants some help with. Alright, I'll be right there.
I'll watch your rod for you.
Thanks, I'd really appreciate that. And good luck with the fishing,
Oh,
They got
thanks.
a good arm. Hey, if you need anything, I'll probably be everywhere at once.
There's not that many places to go.
It's pretty true, actually. This is a small boat, unfortunately, and if one of them is not careful, he's gonna find himself in the drink. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you have received fishing lessons. Congratulations. Oh.
We did it. We're
Heck
just
yeah.
gonna be rolling in fish.
Roll me a D100.
Here we go.
Catch a shark on your first one.
47.
It takes you a couple of tries, but you do manage to find a rather small but still pretty tasty-looking fish.
I did it! It's just like wobbling around.
Heck yeah. And somewhere on the deck, Sereth is just like, good job!
What do I do now?
Well, you can either throw it back in, or you can take it downstairs, and Ayat can cook it up.
Oh, let's do that. I haven't fished in a while. Oh, it's so wiggly. Oh, it's so wiggly. And he's gonna transform his packed weapon into a big, like, hoopy net.
A plus. A plus. Yeah. Anybody else searching for things that they want to do?
Fen'll probably go talk to the captain just to kind of go over like what we're gonna do when we get there and stuff, and that's about it. Because about a 2.5 day, 3 day journey, so Fen figures we're either almost halfway there or we are halfway there at some point during this. So
Fair enough. So yeah, you go to find Duane. He is chatting with Kezan in his room, in hushed tones, and he looks up, seeing you there, and says, Ben, how can I help you?
I just wanted to go over what we were gonna do when we get to the island. What is everything all right?
Yeah, it's just making sure that our maps are correct and everything. We've got a couple of things we've been working on, checking out.
All right. I mean, if there's anything we can do to help, I'm sure any of my friends here, and as well as myself, would be happy to help. So,
Appreciate it. We're more just talking with Sierra, keeping an eye out for pirates and things like that. We're heading close to some deep water that happens just before one of the reefs. The Razor Reef can be a bit of a problem, and the deep water sometimes has a connection with some sea creatures and things of the depths that aren't so great. So we're just making sure we keep an eye out for the best paths and everything like that.
right, of course. And yeah, you remember the pirates that we're looking for, right?
Yes, the specific flag is in fact in my notes, and if we see it, we will let you know.
Excellent. All right. Well, if there's anything you need, and I'll let him go about his business.
Fair enough. Yeah. Strix, what would you like to do with the rest of your day?
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Nobody's has asked Strix what she does with her free time before.
I would probably. I mean, I probably enjoyed myself cooking with him, so until sunset, I would be cooking with Ilif.
So fair enough. You spend most of the day cooking with Ayat. At one point, he does ask you to go grab something. And he gives you directions to a door that is supposed to hold pantry type things for him. You open the door, and I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh. It's a big old fart cloud.
The roll of the dice, I apologize.
Oh, I had him
That
on
is-
advantage again.
For this particular one, I'm gonna make you re-roll it as regular.
Ooh.
That sucks.
You get hit entirely in the face by what is essentially a giant mountain of some sort of strange colored foam.
Nickelodeon? Just
Foam?
slimed? Like,
I
Did
Like
Strix
elephant-
get slimed?
Elephant
kind of-
toothpaste type stuff, yeah.
like my face or my whole body.
Whole body. Especially
I-
the size you are, yep.
I kind of take my hands and I wipe away, flick it off to the side, and then I trudge in to get what he requested.
Yeah, I mean it was
If I
probably
can
like an
find it.
And you do find it pretty quickly. He gave you extremely good instructions, and his pantry is like perfect. Like everything is in place. Although you do see that like 3 of the items, so everything seems to be alphabetical, and 3 of the items seem to be in the wrong place.
A crime.
I would probably put the items back where they were supposed to go.
Fair enough.
And then I would carry whatever it was that he requested of me back to him.
He
And
takes one look at you.
Hand
and
it to him and go,
Here you go.
Oh,
Do you
Sierra
have-
got you.
What does that mean?
You probably meant that for me. I am so sorry, sweetheart. If I'd have known that that was in there, I'd have gone my damn self. I'm so sorry. That is my mistake. I pissed her off last night. I didn't mean to piss. I mean, I kind of did mean to piss her off. Let's be real here. She was trying to steal my whiskey, and I told her that I needed it for cooking, and she was just trying to get everything to herself because, you know, she's just being Sarah, and she sort of wanted it in a wrestling contest, but we're not gonna go there. Anyway, I maybe pissed her off just a little bit. And let me let you in on a little secret. Sierra's a bit of a prankster sometimes. So she really likes to send a little message if you have upset her.
Yeah. Is there a place I could go take a bath?
Absolutely, of course. I mean, bath is a little bit of a strong word. They've got some places to wash off, though. If you go into down the hall to the and he gives you instructions to a little like bathroom that has water tanks that you can like that they seem to keep for situations such as when Sierra decides to throw a temper tantrum and just make a mess.
I'm going to go wash off.
And as you are going there, Dread passes by you in the halls and just goes, "Oh, Sierra got you." That's just keeps walking.
Shut up, Greg!
It's incredible.
Does she do explicitly only foam-based pranks?
You have no idea. I've only seen one.
And I go take my shower.
Fair enough. Yeah, you get yourself clean.
And then when sunset hits, I would make my way to the crow's nest with the person that did that to me.
Fantastic. She looks down and just says, "Hey, how's your day?"
I was very good until I was foamed.
You're supposed to get it himself. I'm sorry about that. That was my mistake. You know.
It's
Happens.
okay. It was yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. Still, I feel bad about that, you know? On the plus
Oopsie
side, it
poopsie.
was rose scented, so you probably smell really good right now.
Nice.
Repeat that? You skipped out a
I
little.
said it was kind of nice.
Oh, good, yeah. I mean, you know, making a giant Goliath smell like roses and daisies always kind of makes me laugh a little bit. No matter how good of a cook he is, he still wants to be all manly and junk. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm kind of small and tiny. I do like to smell pretty though.
oh, absolutely. It's my personal favorite. I use my own perfume, so. Anyways. Stars, right? You wanted to learn about them? Roll me, just a straight intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Inteligencia.
Do. I mean, that's not great.
Oof. Yeah, it's a little
Not
rough.
super smart.
Well, it's sort of a mixture of like you're not really used to this particular field of study. So while you enjoy studying, this in particular is a little rough. I mean, she is trying to point out stars, but there are lots of stars in the sky, especially in the middle of the ocean, where there's like zero light pollution. It's really like there's just a lot of things that could be things. But she does give you instructions on like the approximate location to find solid stars. She does tell you about the different phases of the moons and how to use the moons for tracking, since there are 3 of them, and they travel at different like paces, and she just kind of gives you instructions on ways to do it, but it isn't super easy for you to kind of keep track of right now.
Okay.
Yep. So anything anyone else wants to do, or?
I would like to attempt to find a quiet spot and make another horrible attempt at reading and understanding that book Nara gave me. The personal one, not any of the journals.
Yeah, the okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. I'll go with that.
Alrighty. Oof.
So it's not necessarily that you have a hard time reading the book so much as you find it almost impossible to find a place that's quiet between your 4 party members and the 7 members of the crew, especially Kezin, who seems to constantly be everywhere all of the time, and you're starting to wonder if she doesn't have more than one twin or just a bunch of clones running around, because she's just everywhere. Every time you sit down to try to focus on this, it's not something that you're particularly great at to begin with, but you just can't seem to find a good spot to sit down and read, and you're just like,
finally find a spot and I just sit in some foam.
Exactly. It's just the worst. It's just the worst of every situation, and it just seems like today is not the day where you will be learning the secrets of the magical universe.
Fair enough.
Anybody?
That's it for me. I caught a fish.
Fantastic. And you did, and you get told by Ayat that he will cook it up. And special tonight, everyone else has chicken, and you do have chicken on your plate, but you also have fish prepared in an almost identical way, with a lemon zest sauce on top that he seems to have made special for the type of fish that it is, and it's very good. It's very flaky and rich, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, today was not the day to show up hungry. That's for sure.
I'm sorry I gave you guys a chef.
No, don't apologize.
It makes for like I can say all of the food stuffs, because I have a stupid foodie brain. So you wake up the next morning once again to another. No recipe is ever repeated on this ship. So you wake up to an entirely new breakfast, rich eggs and veggies. Strix, you have an entire plate of vegetables and potatoes and cheeses and a special designed meal for vegetarians that have all of your dietary restrictions. and it seems to be like a special tofu scramble with like beans and peppers and everything like that in it. So you get a special meal all for yourself that's unique, made by Ayat. And yeah, there's just lots of rich food. I would like. Oh, you are my agent of chaos. Roll me a d6, please.
Okay.
And let it be something. Don't be a fool.
It's a 6.
Okay. Wonderful news. Wonderful news.
I only get to figure out what that is.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine.
Wonderful news. So, in the morning, early, there seems to be a shout from above the decks, and Dread calls down for everyone to come up quick, and everyone from below the deck who is eating their food, especially Kezin, who has like 3 plates in front of her, she seems to look up and just be like, and leads everybody out as everyone kind of stampedes upstairs. Are you all going with?
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic. You go upstairs and there seems to be a pod of these strange, they look like long-necked, like whales almost, jumping through the waves. And Dreg is just like, I've never seen anything like that before. Is it dangerous? No, you idiot. They're babies. Go back to breakfast, everyone. It's dumb. Yeah, but if they're babies, isn't there a mom around? Sierra is looking around and goes, if anyone would like to look.
I'll
look.
I'll go ahead and look.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
17.
$18.
Yeah, mine was 5.
It's because you still got the salad in your beak. It's really hard to just.
My food was so good, I could walk up with the food in my.
Just a single leaf just curled up.
Because the wind, it was just.
I can't see anything.
Ocean spray adds a nice salty flavor to things.
It does.
Yeah?
It does indeed. Edwin, are you gonna roll 1, 2?
Oh yeah, okay. I just wasn't sure if it was just gonna be.
Nah, everyone gets to do this one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey.
I like to participate. That's
Heck
how I
yeah.
get all my trophies.
Hey, that's
Oh.
pretty good. So everyone but Strix, you do see a larger thing in the water. You do see a larger shadow in the water, and you're just like,
I'm gonna tap Strix and point right at it.
That's really
Look.
big.
Just reaches out and turns the leaf down.
it is extremely large. Yes.
Guys, big shadow.
Is that good? Is that okay?
Is it port side or starboard side?
Is it left or right?
Yeah.
Or-
you.
I'm
That's the question.
dyslexic. All of the above.
Yeah,
Let's
it's in the
go with-
water.
Well, let's go with port.
Okay.
But it's fairly far off, and Sierra's just kind of like, you see Sierra's eyes kind of on it, and she's like, it's not an issue yet.
So if we leave it alone, it won't bother us, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's not comforting.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, you came to the wrong person if you were looking for comfort.
No, not necessarily. I
Uh.
appreciate the blunt honesty.
As long as there's no
It's my
clucking.
specialty. Buck.
No, we've been followed by abyssal chickens for a while there.
Ugh.
Oh. Huh, that sucks. When did you get cursed?
No, killed a bunch of them. And a
So
keeper.
you got cursed.
Oh, is that what the final problem is?
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been on land. Well, that's not true. I've been on land before, but you know.
I
Abyssal
wonder
chickens.
if they'll follow us when we get to the other island.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be an interesting thing to drop on my father's doorstep?
Yeah, but like, you know.
Hi, Dad. Here's demon chickens. F you. What?
Sounds like a great idiot.
Don't let them give birth around you. It's horrifying.
You? I didn't even. I don't want to know.
We have theories.
I don't want to know.
A demon? A dancing demon. Something isn't right there. Anyways,
They would
yeah,
dance
no.
the chicken in the pale moonlight.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, but, you know.
Wait, what's
You
this
see-
big thing?
Would you like to roll me a nature check?
Sure. Here we go. Here comes a good nature check. Here it comes. Everybody's like, wow, that's gonna be really good. It's 9.
Big water thing. Fish, maybe?
Big
Something.
water puppy.
Water
Ah,
something. Water big. Water big. Big water.
Edwin's a city boy who don't like books. He does not know what it is.
I was raised in the country. I might.
Hey, go ahead and roll me a nature check.
That's
Okay.
a 22.
Oh yeah, you've seen these before. That's a plesiosaur.
oh,
There you go.
Or like a really, really big one.
oh, it's a dinosaur. Huh.
Yeah.
Big.
Does it eat meat or veggies?
Yes.
Terrifying. Cool. Got it.
All of the above. It is an omnivore.
Great.
Mhm.
That's what we needed. I'm gonna turn to Sierra and ask her, like, will there be a sign if it becomes a problem?
I mean, yeah. Me.
I will make sure to keep an eye on you then.
Good plan.
Same.
Don't worry. I'll scream bloody murder if something bad happens.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
So if we hear you shout, hey, bloody murder, we know there's a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
She does actually say bloody murder.
Oh,
Oh, see, I was
Very
just
helpful.
fucking around.
No, she genuinely says bloody murder. It's really annoying, actually. Yeah, you're welcome.
well, back
Yeah,
to
Fen, they
breakfast
clearly
then.
don't fuck around on the ship.
Indeed.
Or we only fork around on this ship.
I'm glad
Yeah.
we picked this boat then. And I'm just gonna tap the railing of the ship and I will go towards the stern of the ship. Where I can still see the crow's nest, but I can kind of keep an eye out.
Fair enough. And everyone does at some point kind of go to different duties. You said you were going to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Anything in particular you're keeping an eye out on, specifically the
Just watching for the island, any monsters that might be coming up, anything like that. Making sure that I can see Sierra in case she yells, "Hey guys, bloody murder!" from the crow's nest. I'm trying to stay within earshot too, so I'm like, okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. Here we go.
Dun dun dun.
14. I don't think I put enough English on those
That's fine.
digital dice.
That's fine. Yeah, with the 14, you keep an eye out. You see the water getting a little bit more rough at some point. It seems to be kind of having a bit of a fit.
Now, is this like when we've come up to shore before, or is this like when we've encountered monsters before, or is this just like a storm or something?
You're not sure.
Okay.
At some point, Sierra kind of says, "Hey, Kaz, you might want to turn little to the starboard side, just in case." Kaz is just like, "Right, okay." And then I need everyone to roll me dexterity saving throws, please.
Okie dokies.
Cool.
Nice.
27.
Nice. Oof.
I just clicked the thing and okay, that
it
one was
rolled.
Glib.
Yeah,
Okay.
it rolled.
Yay.
I'll be right back.
I got a 7.
Chris, you rolled me a dexterity check. I need a dexterity save.
It's all right. You want me to use the same dice roll and just add the check modifier?
Nah, roll me a save.
Where is that on the sheet?
It is up in
It's
the
uplift.
left corner. Yeah. That
Above
way.
the skills.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I clicked on the thing and it just rolled it for me. 11.
Okay. Glib and Edwin, what are you doing?
Well, after I heard that the things weren't going to be a problem, I went back to have some more breakfast.
Fair enough. You are muted.
I am indeed. I most likely would have stayed up there and just been hanging out near the edge of the boat, which is a terrible idea in hindsight, but, you know, oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, Glib, you hit the ground with a thud, and unfortunately, your plate also hits the ground. You take 3 points of damage as some shards kind of like slice a little bit. Edwin, you start to fall overboard. I will give you the opportunity of either an athletics or acrobatics check to try to catch yourself. Ben, you also hit the ground, but you're not in particular danger. You manage to be in a safe enough spot that you're not going overboard. You just kind of get knocked prone.
Oh, I'm in the water, y'all.
Do I see Edwin going over?
Yeah, you do.
It got me,
And,
y'all. Watch the boat.
Sierra just shouts out, "Oh, fork!" So she doesn't say fork. I say fork because I don't say the words that she says. And Kazin is just like, damn it. And shouts, "Mount!" And the whole crew just kind of starts coming running. What y'all doing?
I'm gonna run to help.
Fair enough. A rope is brought, and there are options. Kezin is wildly like navigating on the wheel. Zareth and Dread are both dealing with the sails, as Sierra is shouting out directions. And for the first time, you really see that this crew, while they've kind of joked around quite a bit, these really are people who can come together and work extremely well together in the right situations, especially in an emergency. It is almost mechanical the way all of a sudden everything is cast aside and they really start to work with you. Tarn and Dwane both come up next to you, Fen, with a rope with some sort of flotation device on the end. And I say, "All right, I'm gonna throw this out. you're gonna help us pull, right?
Yeah.
Do you
All
want
right.
me to just fly it out to him?
I don't want you to get caught out there, so no, that could be a bad idea. But I appreciate the thought, and if this doesn't work out, we'll definitely think about that next.
Okay.
Too many options for a lot of things going wrong. But if you want to keep an eye out up there and give me directions on the best way to aim, I'd appreciate that.
Hey.
Which means that you give him advantage for being able to aim his thing at Edwin. Which is a great thing, because the first roll was not as good as the second by a lot. So yeah, Edwin, right in front of you does splash a thing, but I would like an athletics check from you.
From me.
Yes, from you.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh boy.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Nice.
So yeah, with just like the pulsing of adrenaline and everything like that, somehow you're just able to keep your head completely above the waves as they do crash around you, because you are right next to a boat and there are a lot of huge waves that are happening right now. You do see below you a very large shadow that seems to be swimming around beneath you and the ship.
Just for the record, my thing froze on 2, so I thought I had a 2, and then y'all were like, nice. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, oh, got it. Okay, that's why at first I was like, ooh, because I thought I was boned. All right, cool.
And you managed to easily like get yourself on or grab the rope and hold on tight. Now, Fen, I need you to roll a strength check at advantage. This
Okay,
is
I will also
cumulative.
pop Giant's Might
All right.
just to really like wrap my arm around it and really help yank.
Right.
And you said a strength check?
Yeah.
Or athletics?
Strength check.
Copy. That is a total of 12 for me.
All right. Between the three of you, you actually have a pretty easy job that's made even easier with Edwin's 22. Because natural 20s, man, they help out. Y'all start to pull him up, and he is able to hold on as you pull him up the side of the ship with the three of you, very muscly and large men, keeping things going, and the sails are being manipulated so that the ship stays fairly stable. Kezin and Sierra are working together to make sure that it doesn't sway too far to the right or to the left as much as is humanly possible. And you see a very large snout stick itself up out of the water where Edwin was before coming back below it. As y'all bring
I thought they were
Edwin back-
herbivores.
Omnivores.
Omnivores.
Oh.
That wasn't a plesiosaur.
Fuck.
That wasn't a plesiosaur. We need to get the fork out of here. Would y'all like to help with the runaway?
Yeah.
All right, who wants to do what on the ship to help with the running of the away?
Edwin
What?
would not know what to do to help.
Yeah, what tasks are there?
I would look at the captain or my first mate and go,
What do you need from me?
Gotcha. So
Same.
you would be given the knowledge that perceptive people could help out with charting the territory and moving back and forth to deliver messages between Kezin. Kezin could also use help with someone who happens to be dexterous in moving the wheel correctly. There are also the rigging and ropes that can keep help to manipulate the sails and keep that moving faster. Or if you have any other creative ways that you think you might be able to assist, that's always an option. And then, of course, Zarin informs that he is going to go down and man a gun. So if someone wants to help out with that, there's the possibility that they will be trying to fire distracting fire to keep everybody, away.
Fen'rahl follow him.
I'll go with Kazan.
Alright.
I suppose I could help with communication by casting message repeatedly so everyone hears things in their heads.
Fantastic. So Sierra would probably grab you up. Probably literally. Grab you up the crow's nest with her.
Ah,
Yeah. Strong lady, go.
and my ears are
yeet.
popping. I'm going from ocean to up there.
Yeah, and strong lady just go yeet.
Yoink.
No, yeet.
Oh, through?
She
Going.
yeet. onto the rigging to climb up to the crow's nest. Yeah, she go yeet.
Yeet
Xenia,
off
what
my
would you
feet.
like?
I think I'll go down with the guns. I can't cure anything, but I think I'll help a little bit.
Fair enough. Glib?
Yeah, I don't know what I can do to help besides be on the deck and maybe, I don't know.
You can help with the rigging. That was a Dexy thing.
Oh yeah,
No,
I'll do some
the
rigging.
steering was a Dexy thing. The rigging is a strength check.
Oh.
I can help
Okay.
with the steering. I don't know. It seems like maybe the professionals should do what they do without me wondering what I could do to help them.
Which is also an option. So
No,
yeah,
I know they're good at their jobs, and I don't want to slow them down.
that's fair. So Strix, you were helping
Kazan with the steering.
Kevin with the steering.
Oh, I
It's-
got it. I'm gonna go up and take the leftover food and just toss it overboard and distract it with cool, good food.
That's a very good idea, actually. So first, I would like you to roll me a perception check, or not a perception check, persuasion check. And yes,
For me?
I'm letting you use your charisma. Yeah.
Alrighty, persuasion. Oh, that's an 18.
Very nice. All right. Actinia, what specifically are you hoping to do with the gunner? Do you want to help him aim, or?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
help him aim because I can't carry anything in there.
Nope, not at all.
I will use my strength to help load and move whatever needs to be done down there.
Fantastic. So, Actinia, give me a perception check.
Two.
Very nice. All right. So you do see that the giant shadow seems to have paused a little bit and held back, gotten distracted by something splashing in the water. So you are able to get a pretty decent bead on him, and you help Fen and Tarn to get instructions and get everything kind of lined up. Chris, I would like an athletics check at advantage because you are being assisted by Tarn.
Copy that.
I know technically he should do it, but you're the PC, so you get to do the things.
That's a
Nice.
natural 20 for 26.
Hot dang, that's 2 nat 20s in the row for you, sir. You are never allowed to complain about
Not in a
roll 20
row.
again. Very nearly, though. Within
But close,
a
yeah.
couple minutes, yeah. So yeah, you
Yeats the cannonball himself. No.
you are able to, like, essentially, because you are so large, you are, like, able to help, and with the help of the very large rocky man next to you, the two of you literally, instead of using
Do I
the
have 12
wheels,
feet of space down? I didn't think that I had 12 feet of space down there. I would have dropped it because I wouldn't be able to go through the door, I thought.
That's fair, but I kind of want the color, but you can do whatever you like.
I'm larger.
You're larger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then that would make him slightly larger than you, but like you're still two very large buff men. And like the two of you just manhandle this thing. There are wheels on this cannon, and y'all said fork the wheels. This thing is gonna be our gun now. And so you just lift it and like aim it perfectly, and he gets everything set up, and you just fire that thing off. All right. And it seems to make an impact. You don't know exactly what was done to it. Oh, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay. Ooh, nice. All right. Yeah. You see something impact. Strix, I would like a dexterity check from you, but actually, give me a sec for that. Edwin, if you could make me a persuasion check, to check it how well you're able to communicate things back and forth. And I will actually give you advantage because you don't have to fight against the wind or anything like that.
You said persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Oh boy. Hope I don't mess this up.
On this.
Arsenal fighting, guys!
That's
That's a 20.
yeah. That means you gotta fix something, but whatever. Yep, but it would be a 20. Yep.
Sorry, I'm dying. Anyways,
No dying.
but I'm so good at it. Yeah, so all things considered, like, you were able to effectively communicate back and forth using the message spell. You're really able to make things work out for you. That was that advantage, my dear. You can roll one more time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Do it. Even more bigger number. Yeah, there we go.
That is in fact an even more bigger number. Yeah, so like flawlessly, Edwin is like, you being Edwin are just sitting there like, I could do better. But like everyone else is just floored with your eloquence and ability, and Sierra's just kind of like
Finger
a little
guns
bit
for
proud
everyone.
as she's getting everything done. So Strix, I would like you to roll me a dexterity check.
We're ocean
Are you
fighting a
proficient in
dinosaur.
acrobatics? You don't know what you're fighting. You didn't check. She said it wasn't a plesiosaur.
That's true.
Yes, I'm proficient in acrobatics.
Fantastic. Thank you, my dear. So yes, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check at advantage. Very nice. So working with Edwin, and his instructions from Sierra, you're able to really work with Cousin as well to get the wheel perfectly lined up and navigate it so that you're able to really take off and get away from whatever seems to be in the water. And a lot of you have successfully navigated away from some giant thing in the water. As you pull away, gain some ground, and at some point everything just kind of, what feels like this really tense holding in, just seems to breathe out and relax a little bit.
Goose.
Cousin?
Frog.
What
Yeah.
was that?
That's a great question, honestly. Roll me a nature check.
A nature check.
Shut up, Glib. That was an advantage, sorry. But my first roll was a 19.
Fair enough. I don't freaking know, but it looked giant, and that was a weird shape. And as you think back on it, you realize that it looked like it was some sort of giant, like huge shark, and you think it might have been something akin to like maybe a megalodon or something like that. Megalodon?
Okay.
Very big shark.
There's officially something scarier than snakes.
Just stay behind it. It can't turn around.
It's gotta keep swimming forward.
Hey, thank you for not letting it eat me.
Aye, no problem, because if it ate you, it probably would eat me as well. I don't want to
Yeah.
get eaten. It's not a fun experience. Been there, done that. Not really looking forward to it again.
I almost got eaten by a snake when I was little. I don't want to get eaten by anything ever again.
I got eaten by a big fish.
A big
Times,
fish.
actually. Yeah. Whale at one point. And then there was I've gotten ate a few times, honestly. It's not as bad as it sounds the first couple of times, but you get really sick of it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have survived a snake.
Maybe not. He might have done it though.
Did you
Depending
used to
on
be a
snake.
puppet?
Do you say that too, Kazim?
Maybe not directly.
Just kind of, Sierra, who is near you, just kind of snorts and goes, she kind of looks like one, doesn't she? Nah, she used to travel with this weird guy.
Haven't we all?
Yeah. Guy had this, like, big blue bag of tricks, though. It was really weird.
Big blue bag of tricks?
Yeah. Bigger on the inside.
Some sort of medical professional, I assume.
One would hope.
Wizard
Every
Bob?
person on this ship, by the way, is a reference to someone in popular culture.
Oh.
Every single person on this ship. Fun fact.
Ah, yes, the what medic.
Oh god.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the big blue bag's what did it for me.
I've been subtle with most of them, but there were a couple that I was just like, I'm very proud of this one.
So I guess I'm gonna put the cannon down.
That was cool.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
Good job,
Yeah,
guys.
you too, man. We make a good team.
Fenn's just gonna hold his fist out.
Hey.
Oh, you're not
I
gonna
need
do the
to,
like
man,
manly
like-
like clasp when your sweat's just flying off as you flex your
All the Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
The predator
that one,
shake.
But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he turns to you, Actinia, and goes, "You too. That was pretty awesome of you. Well done.
Thanks. I think we did a pretty good job.
Definitely.
What the fuck was that thing?
I have no forking idea.
Great. Well,
It was big though.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gone.
Oh, definitely. Definitely do not want to fork with that, man. It's just not my bag.
Yeah, definitely not. Decidedly not. Holy shite. How far are we from landfall, do we know?
We should be coming up on it any minute, but the problem is we're gonna have to deal
We
with
gotta
the
go around the
whirlpools
back.
next.
Well, we got the whirlpools and we gotta go around the back.
Did you did tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted
Yeah,
to-
I told him everything that we knew about how to get there.
Yes.
And I think the way I put it when I did it was just like, have I got news for you? You want to kick pirate ass? This is how we get to the island.
That's right. So yeah.
You want to kick their ass, you got to get to the back door.
Ben would like a persuasion check at advantage.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Gauge the effectiveness of your communication. It is at advantage.
Oh, it is an advantage? Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
It's 10. Okay.
So average.
Yep. Yeah, that's average. It works. Okay, then, Edwin, can I get a perception check from you at advantage?
Perception?
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. All right. So with all of that, you guys managed to work together to go kind of around the island. You navigate. There are a couple of times where things get a little rocky. You get a little too close to the whirlpools for comfort. But you do manage to working together with Sierra and Kazim once again. Actually, Strix, can I also get another dexterity or acrobatics check at advantage?
Yep.
Fantastic, thank you.
Hey!
Great, well done. Yeah, so with everything, you managed to get everything. You and Kezin are just working as a team, crazy able to navigate through everything, keeping everything in check together. And you all managed to make it through the whirlpools and see the island within your sight as your third day starts to come to a bit of a close with certainly more adventure than you were expecting, and you are prepared for a lot more ahead. But I think tonight that will be where we end our adventure because all of you have some leveling to do.
Dun dun dun.
Congratulations on making it to level 6, everybody. You
Wow.
made it. Yeah. Well done. Proud of all of you. You managed to sail the 7 seas without too much physical harm. Those 4s were very nice to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those 4s were very nice to you. But yeah, so that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you all next week. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And that brings us to the end of our show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next week. If you'd like to keep up to date on everything that's going on with the show, we've got all of the links down below, including our Heroes Hall Discord, so you can join us up and be a hero with us. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful week, everyone. We will see you next week. Bye!